What's up, YouTube? It's Wolf99252 here today, and today I'm going to be showing you how to fix a home phone. It's a cordless phone. No iPhone, no Samsung Galaxy or Nexuses or anything. Just a regular home phone you would use to talk on the phone at home. Now, today this is a Vtech Detect 6.0, and we've been having problems like the buttons. I already fixed it, but I'm gonna show you how to. But like the buttons, if you're having problems where you have to hold down a button and it's not pushing, you can hear mine are working fine now that I fixed it. But I'm gonna show you how to fix it. What you're gonna need for this is your non-functioning correctly phone, some rubbing alcohol, doesn't matter what percent. I have 91% just typically. And you want to put it in a small container. Make sure there's a lid on it so it doesn't evaporate, because that's what happens. A flathead screwdriver and a small Phillips screwdriver and some Q-tips. So let me prop my camera up here. There we go. There we go. Now you can see everything. So what you're going to need to do first is the back right here with this little indent right there. You're going to have to push so the back cover comes off. So just set that aside. Then we got the battery pack right here. It's the smallest battery pack in a phone I've ever seen, but don't just unplug it. Don't pull on the wires, kind of like pull on the top right here, right by there, and hold on to this at the same time. That way you can pull the wires out. So now you have your phone. Now it's not functioning because there's no power to it. So take the Phillips screwdriver, and there's two Phillips screws right there and there. You're gonna need to unscrew those. So oops, almost got it. Come on. Alright. Now, this is the hard part. Taking your flathead screwdriver, what you want to do is the bottom right here comes loose, so it opens up more. You want to put your two fingers in there to get it to stay open a little bit, and then just start prying it open with your screwdriver like that. But be careful, because you don't want to break the circuit board like that. See? Look at there. I'm already in. See? A couple pries, and then just don't break the clips either. Now this thing is clipped up top here at the top, so you could push up, but that really doesn't work. And then you got to do it on the same side, different sides, because both sides have clips on them. It's drop proof. Oh, did I just clip the phone back together? Really? Now you hate to like hold it and do it all at once, because they will clip back together. There we go. See? Now you have the back cover of the phone off. So you can just set that aside. That's not going to be a factor. Now here we have the circuit board. These are the terminals for the charging. This is where the battery plugs in. These two black shiny things, don't touch those. I repeat, do not touch those. If you touch those, you will ruin the phone. That's how it gets its signal. If you touch it, it's going to mess up and it's not going to get signal accurately. Do not touch it. If you touch it, you're going to break your phone. So now take these small Phillips screwdrivers and just unscrew these. There's going to be two screws up here at the top that have arrows pointing by them. Show you. See how they got the arrows right there and there. Don't touch these. These silver black, shiny black things, don't touch them. That's how it's a reception. Okay, where did I put that screw? Make sure you know which screws go which. The fatter ones right here are for the actual housing, and then these ones, skinnier ones, screw the circuit board into the housing. So once it's unscrewed, it's going to fall off. Grab the phone. Now if those black things that I told you not to touch hit something, they could hit something. That's going to mess them up. When you get your oils and your greasy hands in there, that's going to block the signal. So just don't touch that. Now, your keypad, when you take it off, may look funky. It's got this little thing down here. That's where the mic goes. It's connected with the mic. I don't know why they did that, but that's what Vtech decided to do. Now, Vtech was kind to connect the charging things and everything all in just one printed circuit board. Be smart. Now, you have your phone base up here with your speaker connected, and down here is your mic, and don't know what this part is, but this is your mic and that you're hearing. Now, these are all the buttons, and you can try and touch them if you plug the battery in. It doesn't work because they're capacitive, sensitive to these black things on your keypad, so they're sensitive to that. Now, to sit your keyboard, your thing down in something, I'll usually just take the back of it, since it's already sitting in this, and I'll just lay it back down in here for now, so I still have exposure to the front of it. Now, you're going to take your isopropyl alcohol, either out of the bottle, put it in the cap, or you got one of these fancy pop-off caps, or put it in a little container, whatever you do with it. Open that up, take your Q-tips, and you want to take one Q-tip, and you want to dip it in the alcohol completely. Now squeeze it out. You don't want to have too much alcohol in it. You're going to feel it drip. Just wipe that off anyway. Now you're just going to take the alcohol and you're going to rub it in these little circles right here. Let me move this out of the way so you guys can see. So the little pads here, you're just going to rub it in there and clean that out. Now you would repeat these steps for all of these and clean them off. Now I've already done that. You can clean the mic off too. That helps for hearing. And any of these circuits down here, clean them off. Helps. Now I cleaned the screen off too. This is basically also you can clean stuff off. I cleaned the screen off as well, and the speaker up there, as well as this does not hurt. What alcohol does when you're cleaning an electronic is it doesn't act like water. Water will stay on there and it will short it out. What alcohol does is you're rubbing it on there, you're cleaning off the surface, and then the residue of the alcohol is just going to evaporate. So it's going to evaporate quickly. Alcohol does that. So it's not going to harm your device or circuit board. So you can clean this. I've already cleaned this off. It'll actually improve performance because there'll be no gunk or crap on there blocking it up. But I do tell you, you can go around here. Don't clean off the black things. Don't touch them. Just don't. You could wreck your phone. Now, what I did was your charging terminals. This can also help. If you take alcohol and you wipe these clean, and you wipe what the battery is, and you wipe off how the battery is connected, that terminal right there and there, and where it charges into the charging port where the phone dock sits in there, clean those terminals off, your phone will charge faster, or it will hold the charge longer, or the charge will be better for the phone. It won't be a crappy charge. It'll be a strong charge. So do that. And then what I also did was, everybody in our house is grease heads. Your hair gets greasy, and you're talking on the phone, and then you look at the phone, and it's all greasy, and you just take your sleeve and wipe it off. I took this thing right here, and I rinsed it under the sink. You can rinse it under the sink and clean it off. Your keypad right here. Now, grease, what I found out, why your buttons stick, is because after a couple of years, we've had this phone for like 3 years now, of you using it and hitting the buttons and stuff, sweat and stuff drips down into here, and then it goes around, and this thing was covered in grime and grease, and the keypad was covered in grime and grease. I tried it out with on there, and I clicked, and when I went to hit the 3, because that's what we were having problems with, I would hit it, and I saw it slip, and it kept slipping, and it wouldn't hit because it couldn't grip it. So I cleaned this off. You can clean this off too. And the thing I love about these keypads is the rubber silicone. They're a silicone base, but they're also rubber. So with these pad things here, they don't like absorb water. So I was running it through water, soaking it, and then you just kind of give it a little shake, run it through paper towel really quick, and it's dry. So you don't have to sit there drying it off. Same with the plastic. I cleaned off the screen and everything. So now that your thing has been cleaned, you want to place back in. Now, they have this already on there, this button here, and instead of, see how they all have ink printed on them, instead of printing ink on this middle one that's the menu and select button, they decided to add plastic to it, which I thought was a stupid decision, but you know, whatever floats their boat. They make the phones. So you put this back in there, put your keypad back in, After everything's been cleaned off, sit your phone back in. Don't touch the black things. Make sure everything's lined up how it's supposed to be, the screw holes are. And take your screws, screw them partially back in place with your fingers first. That way you know they're aligned. It's not that hard to do, they're not that small of a screw. Then just finish them back off with your screwdriver. Give them a couple twists until they're tight. Now don't go like super tight because you could end up cracking the circuit board, which renders your phone useless. Screws here. Don't strip your screws. Take your back piece. You can also clean this off too and get all the gunk out of the crevices. Now how this works is there's two little spots up there, and then in here there's these two little hooks. You just hook that back, line that in place first, and then make sure everything else lines up, and then just go click. You'll hear a little snap like you just heard on the video. And now the phone is back together. Take these other two screws, they fit very well in their hole, which I like. You don't have to mess around. And they are magnetized. Some of them are magnetized screws, some are not. So yeah, just take your same Phillips screwdriver, screw that down in place. The screws go in there fairly easy. If you have small fingers, they'll probably go in there really easy. I have fat fingers though, and they're still going in there fairly easy. Okay, take your battery pack, plug it back in, and the one thing I love about these phones is you don't have to set the time and date. Put your casing back on, it automatically sets it for you. Isn't that cool? By satellite. And now, checking all the buttons. They all work, which means cool. And it still saves your memory, so if somebody's called, works. So that's how you fix a Vtech Detect 6.0 cordless phone that's got sticky buttons, or how you clean it. Thanks for watching, guys. Wolf99252 signing out.